We've been messaging for months, this man and I. But he doesn't know who I am because I've been undercover posing as a man.
2 years ago, the world was shocked by the case of Dominic Pellico.
Dominic Pellico admitted to recruiting
enlisting other
A French man who drugged his wife and invited dozens to rape her. For almost a decade, he secretly dosed her drinks and sexually assaulted her. Our months-long investigation has revealed he was far from unique.
These communities exist and continue to feed off what happened to you.
Pellico is not an outlier.
What's your emergency?
Using our son's sleeping medication.
He's been drugged.
The bedroom isn't safe. The bed is not safe.
We infiltrated a vast international network hiding in plain sight. And it led us to the same room as a man who said he was drugging and raping his wife.
We think he's going to be at this restaurant nearby. I think I'll be able to pick him out. But it is going to be quite unnerving being in the same room as him. That's him. I recognise him.
Emergency?
Boardline connecting.
Go ahead, caller. What's your emergency?
I've just heard from my daughter. She's on her own in a house with 4 children and has just learned she's been drugged with her son's sleeping medicine.
We worry about his coming behind us, walking down the street. We worry about going to our car late at night, but we don't worry about who we lie next to. I didn't realise I had to.
Zoe Watts may never know if the videos her husband made of her being raped were ever uploaded online. But huge numbers of videos are being posted by users who claim it's non-consensual. One website profiting from this is motherless.com. Last year, we began investigating a porn site that gets over 60 million visits a month, focusing on the thousands of videos featuring women who appear unconscious during sex acts. It's home to over 20,000 videos of so-called sleep content, with hundreds of thousands of views. One popular hashtag is iCheck, a way of proving a woman is asleep. We created a fake name and soon got into a private Telegram group that's dedicated to sharing sleep content with almost 1,000 members.
So some person will say, oh, I'm thinking about drugging my wife tonight. Someone is like, great idea, you should give her this.
The Telegram conversation makes it real. It feels like it's all happening there and that. You're fearful of someone actually turning on their webcam and showing you, their wife there and then.
Survivors of these assaults, like Zoe, often spend months or years trying to rationalize what's happening to them. She met her husband when she was 17. He's now serving 11 years for rape, sexual assault by penetration, and drugging.
On the face of it, and certainly to the public, he did seem Mr. Perfect, but there was an undercurrent throughout the marriage.
She had no reason to suspect that he'd been raping her for what she now believes was 10 years. Then one Sunday, after church, he confessed to crushing pills into her drink.
He reeled off a list of his wrongdoings to me as if it was, a shopping list. I've done this, and this. I've been using our son's sleeping medication to put in your last cup of tea at night, to tie you down, take photographs and rape you. And I think I just went into shock. I became ill, very ill, and had lost weight and couldn't really leave the house. I found it. I don't think I knew how to be around people at that time because I felt so broken.
Zoe kept the abuse secret for a few months as she grappled with what had happened to her, speaking out only after a severe panic attack. Her mother then called the police.
There were some times that I thought, this isn't right. But what would it mean? What would our family look like? Their children would be without a dad, and there would be a reputation, and my boys would grow up having a reputation, and they'd know what their dad was doing.
I've noticed you haven't used the word rape a lot.
No.
Tell me why.
It just doesn't. I don't know. It's like one of those things, really. I struggle with that, to say that that's what's happened. It's like people can say it to me, but I just don't think... Whew.
You know you're not alone.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly.
We messaged with multiple users across the US, the UK, France, Brazil, and beyond, who mostly communicated in English. I connected on Motherless with a user who was selling liquid sedative. Over Telegram, he told me he was running a business, shipping it worldwide. A bottle costs $175.
He's just answered. There's no taste in it, and your wife will not feel anything and will not remember anything. Now he gives instructions on how to use it.
One day, a man in the group we're calling Piotr, not his real name, asked, "Is anyone awake?" I replied, and soon he DM'd me. Without encouraging him, I tried to find out how he was managing to do this. Who was he? Where was he? As he continued to share his experience with me, hundreds of users in the group were also coaching one another on how to sedate their partners. Liquids, pills, step-by-step instructions from dozens of drugs to exact dosages were all in the chat. Many of them everyday medicines. Even when women come forward, proving it can be nearly impossible. Some drugs leave the body within 12 hours. Survivors often only realize much later what happened. And even with the courage to speak out, there are still countless roadblocks when it comes to reporting to police or bringing a legal case. Amanda Stanhope didn't know her partner had been abusing her for 5 years.
What were some of the physical signs?
I'd wake up on a towel that wasn't there when I went to bed. And sometimes I'd go to bed with, I'd remember wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and they wouldn't be there when I woke up the next morning. I often found lots of bruises on my body that hadn't been there previously.
Her former partner was charged with multiple counts of rape and sexual assault.
The police had to look through all these videos.
And what did they make of them?
The one where I was absolutely horrified, and he'd performed a sexual act on my face whilst I was unconscious, and it was completely clear. And the police looked at this one, and I thought, there's the evidence. And the police said to me, well, we can't use that. That isn't clear evidence because it looks like you're pretending to be asleep.
In England, where survivors Amanda and Zoe live, nearly a quarter of sexual assault victims are assaulted while unconscious or asleep, and that number has risen over the last decade. Amanda's ex took his own life before the case could go to court. She's still piecing her life back together, and the shock of learning about group chats where this kind of abuse continues hasn't faded.
Instantly, my whole body goes and my hands start shaking. I don't even have a word for it, that it's being glorified, and men are teaching others how to do this, and they're doing this to the people they say they love. It's beyond evil.
While survivors may not remember the videos being filmed, men in the Telegram groups we tracked are making money from them, selling clips and live streams for as little as $20. You're hearing a woman snoring in a clip from a live stream advertised in this group as a way to entice users to pay for more. The user claimed it was his wife who was asleep and who he was about to rape. Processing this kind of material raises a nearly unanswerable question. Why do some men encourage these crimes while others go on to commit them? A psychologist who assessed dozens of the defendants in the Pellico case thinks they were motivated by fantasies of domination, fueled by a culture that to this day treats many women as objects to be controlled. The immense trauma can leave survivors feeling like their identity has all but vanished, with what remains of it shaped only by the abuse. Rebuilding trust in themselves and others is a long road.
Allora, all'inizio del video io sdraiata sul divano, già incosciente, e lui con questo bicchierino di Montenegro mette una siringa dentro, aspira e me la mette in bocca. Avrà fatto per una ventina di volte. Le persone più subdole sono quelle più vicine a te, proprio quelle con cui abiti. Non ti puoi veramente fidare di nessuno. Secondo me è stato autodidatta proprio. Si è informato tramite internet.
Valentina is a mother of two who asked us not to use her real name. We've distorted her voice to protect her identity. Her husband was sentenced to 8 years in prison for multiple aggravated sexual assaults.
Per quanto tu possa essere menefreghista, ce l'hai sempre lì a lato. Basta un letto, basta una telecamera, un profumo differente che da quel giorno lì sicuramente è cambiato anche qualcosa in me. Per quanto io possa essere magari felice e sorridente fuori, poi torno a casa e devo comunque fare amicizia con i miei incubi che sono sempre dietro la porta.
While talking to survivors, the man I was DMing continued to message and send me videos. The next day, Piotr wrote that he hadn't put his wife to sleep in some time, as the doctor didn't want to prescribe any more sleeping pills, but he continued to send photos. We don't know when they were taken.
It's made me even more determined to try and meet him, to get him in person. So I'm going to send him a message now, and I'm going to see if he would meet with us.
By now, we'd worked out he was in Poland, and we knew roughly where he lived, but he refused to meet. And then, a tip. He let slip that he was planning to attend a party.
That's him. I recognise him. So we're inside the restaurant, and I've just seen him dancing with her. And at the start of this investigation, all of these men were faceless. And so seeing him tonight has just really brought home the fact that this is happening in real life.
The man who had been messaging me day and night was only a few feet away, oblivious. I'd come to see if he was real, and there he was with his wife, the same people I saw in the videos. We couldn't approach Piotr's wife without potentially putting her in danger, so we reached out to police about our findings. The Telegram group we infiltrated eventually disappeared, but it's a pattern authorities know well. One goes offline, another soon resurfaces. We reached out to both Motherless and Telegram, but did not receive a response. As campaigns by German journalists to shut down Motherless and strengthen moderation on similar platforms continue, videos of women who appeared to be abused while unconscious are still being uploaded, and US safe harbor laws largely protect the site from liability. In the end, it all comes back to Giselle Pellico. With astonishing dignity, she has taken hold of her own harrowing experience.
In reporting this case, we've spoken to multiple survivors who say they were drugged and raped by their husbands, and many of them see you as a source of strength. With your permission, I'd like to read you some of the messages that these survivors have sent to me to read to you. One survivor, her name is Amanda Stanhope, she lives in Wigan. Her strength inspired me to speak out. She broke the silence and shame, so many survivors are forever grateful to her.
I'd love to say thank you. If she can do it, then so can I.
Ça me fait pleurer. Ah, c'est magnifique. C'est des témoignages qui me bouleversent, bien sûr. Mais c'est beau de se dire qu'elles ont trouvé cette force. Et tu sais, j'ai pu leur transmettre cela, c'est gagné. Parce qu'il faut en effet qu'on soit solidaire de tout ce qui se passe. Parce que si on reste dans son coin, on ne fera jamais évoluer les consciences. Et je dis bravo, mesdames, bravo. N'ayez pas honte de l'avoir fait. Il faut que toutes les femmes puissent faire cette démarche, même si c'est très difficile, même si c'est très compliqué dans leur tête. Mais elles vont y arriver. Il faut du temps. Ça peut demander des mois, des jours, peut-être même des années, mais elles finiront par y arriver.
Giselle says men can be allies and still believes society can change. But for those who think they're immune, she has a warning.
Je dirais, messieurs, pensez à votre mère, pensez à votre sœur, pensez à votre fille quand vous faites ça. Est-ce qu'il y a un moment où vous allez vous dire que ce que je suis en train de faire, c'est vraiment un acte criminel? Et de dire, faites bien attention, parce qu'un jour, vous serez peut-être... On va vous surprendre. Peut-être que les compagnes lesquelles vous les soumettez, un jour, vont se réveiller et elles pourront dénoncer.